Hi everyone, Ohayo gozaimasu. Welcome! This channel is for Japanese learners of English. Kiyomo shadowing no lesson wo yarakimashou. Listen to today's real native conversation. Focus on the rhythm and shadow along. Practice daily to master tango, bunpao, hatsuan, and rhythm. Repeat and try again tomorrow if needed. Zehi. Channel no toroku wo onegai shimasu. Okay, are you ready? Here we go.
Ever had someone mess up, but you let it slide? Like just this once?
Oh yeah, that moment when you decide, okay, this time I'll let it go. It's a very human thing, isn't it?
Totally. And there's actually a bunch of ways to say that in English, which I found fascinating. It's not just one phrase, you know?
Right. It's like there's a spectrum of letting it slide. From a casual, it's fine, to a more serious, I'm choosing to overlook this.
Exactly. So let it slide. That's one way, obviously. It's kind of the basic way of saying it, right?
Yeah, it's that classic, I'm not going to make a big deal out of this. Like you're letting something go without a fuss.
Right. And it implies it's a one-time thing, usually, not setting a new standard. So if a coworker is late for a meeting and it's the first time, you might say, okay, I'll let it slide this time.
Yeah, and it's used when someone makes a mistake or breaks a rule, but you're choosing not to punish them or take action.
Yeah, it's a nice way of expressing a sense of leniency or tolerance. But what if you want to sound a bit more, I don't know, forgiving?
That's a good one. I guess you could say, I'll give you a pass this time. That's a little more formal, maybe?
Yeah, give you a pass. That feels like a bit of an exception is being made. Like, I'm going against the usual rules here.
It's like you're granting someone permission to skip over something. Just this once.
Right. Or you've got, I'll turn a blind eye this time. That adds a whole other layer to it.
Turn a blind eye. It means you're consciously choosing not to see something.
Right.
Almost like you're pretending it didn't happen.
Exactly. Like, I saw you do that, but I'm going to pretend I didn't. It's a deliberate choice to ignore something, which can be useful in some situations.
It's interesting that there's different ways to phrase it. They all imply some level of acceptance, but it seems like it's more about choice, right?
I bet. And there's also, I'll let you off the hook this time. That's kind of dramatic, isn't it?
Yeah, off the hook is like you're free from consequences. It's like you're releasing someone from some kind of responsibility, right?
Exactly. Like, you're not in trouble, but don't get used to it. So you can see all of these phrases, it's all about this moment of choosing to not react.
And it's not just for these major things, right? You could use these for small everyday things. Like a friend shows up late, you can say, I'll let it slide this time.
Right. It's about minor infractions or minor mistakes where you decide the best option is to just let it go.
It's also interesting to see how the relationship between people can dictate what turn you might choose.
For sure. Like, a boss to an employee might be different from how you'd say it to a friend.
That's true. It's all about context, the whole thing.
Absolutely. It's good to know all these options, right? They capture slightly different nuances of that letting go feeling.
Right. So whether you're letting something slide, turning a blind eye, or giving someone a pass, it's really about choosing not to make a fuss.
Yeah, that's the common thread. A decision in that moment to be more lenient.
Exactly. And that's how you can show that you are being understanding and forgiving.
All right, we've finished today's lesson. How did you find it? 理解できない部分はありませんでしたか? Repeat and try again tomorrow if needed. Please let me know your kanso or request in the comments. ぜひ channel no toroku wo onegai shimasu. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. See you next time. Bye-bye.